Let's just let me clean the screen here. Okay, this build has been dragging on for quite some time, so I've decided I'm going to do the same as yesterday. I'm just going to film part 4 live. Part 3 is not up air at the moment. It was filmed live, but I'm actually in the process of editing it, so I'm going to make it into an edited video. I'm just having a few problems actually getting it downloaded from the YouTube, and I downloaded a copy last night, but it was corrupted for some reason. I was going to try to get it released last night, but I'm going to have to leave that till later today or another day. So I just want to get onto this. I want to try to finish it. I heard there's big rains coming, so I want to get this completed before the rain comes. I'm possibly here on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. So I want to get this done and have a day or two of running a few tests, and then I'm going to pack it away and put it in the garage and wait till this rain's finished. And then when if it does come, when this rain's finished, then get out the garage and do some more tests and see if I got a chance to go out camping. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So today we have not got a lot to do to complete this build. So I'm hopeful, I'm just getting the instruction manual here. I'm hopeful today it's going to be completed. So we're up to step 17. Determine where you're placing the warm air vent. Cut the provided duct at the correct length. Okay, so the ducting is right here. So we're going to move inside my camper shortly, and I'll try to find a good spot to sit you guys, and then we're going to install this ducting. So I've got a pretty good idea where I'm going to fit it already, and then using a correct size hole saw the warm air vent, which is 80 mils for the 5 kilowatt unit, and attach to secure the duct from the unit to the warm air vent using the provided clamps. Alright, so let's get what else? Provided clamps, then attach the vent using the provided small screws. Note the face of the vent can be removed to do this. The face of the vents. So they're talking about this one, so we can remove these vents. Okay, like so. Alright, and the face of the vent is this part here. Alright, that part there. So you can see the screw holes. So let's go into our list and have a look. Just excuse me. I'll grab. So we got the gift. These are the extras. We got the electrical. There we go. Sorry guys, I just had to get the air unit. So this is the air unit. As I've been saying all along, the beauty with this AU Focus brand is everything is numbered in their bags, which pretty much corresponds to the step-by-step instructions. And if need be, there is a schematic diagram as well. It's been a while since I've shown you that one. That you can go and check on. Okay, so we are bag number 2. Oh, excuse me. So we got 2 screws. In bag number 2, we got those screws they were talking about that fixes this in place. So I'll just get those prepared. And they're those little ones there. So I might leave them in the bag because they're pretty small. Looks like I'm going to have to pre-drill some holes. Oh my gosh, it's raining. Hang on. Excuse me, sorry about this, guys. This is what happens when it's live. I've got the windows open on the other side. I'm just going to close them. Honestly, there was no signs of any rain. Can't believe where it's come from. Well, they are saying there's big rains coming. I just heard on the news. So, which is unusual for this time of the year. Okay, let's get back to where we were. Might have to go and turn the lights on. Hang on. Oh. Yeah, let me go turn the power on. So I turn the lights on inside the camper. It's a bit dark in there. Actually, give that a miss. The rain's too heavy. Let's get back onto this. Alright, so number 2, mufflers as you saw in the other part 3, the muffler is fastened in place. The fresh air filters, that's all fixed in place. We've got the stainless steel bolt hose clamps right there. So we might as well just grab what we need and bring it inside. I think it's the best bet. So I've got the drill prepared with the 80mm. I don't know if I should pre-drill for a small hole in there. I'll see if I can drill that without having to pre-drill a small hole. I might have to use my center punch, which I think is in the garage. It's going to be a lot of back and forwards with this, guys, so you're going to have to bear with me. I'll bring this. This is going to need to be cut the length too. So let me move this one. Right, let's go relocate inside the camper so I can mark. I don't know how I'm going to cut this. I didn't even plan any of that. I'm going to relocate you over here so you can see. Okay, so that's a warm air outtake. Warm air outtake. Let me go grab a pillow because my knees can't go on hard ground. So what I'm going to do with this footage, after this live has been finished with the live, I'm going to make the video private. I'm going to download it and edit some of the footage out of this, but I'm going to film an overall video first and use some of this for some B-rolls in the footage. So we're going to need to determine. So it's going to go in here like so. Wow, tight fit. So how flexible is this? Sorry worry guys, if this gets a bit too awkward, I'm just going to stop filming. I just want to get this done today, so my concentration is working on this and not on the filming. Okay, we'll probably cut it somewhere halfway in the middle. Remember, this also extends. Oh, that's actually when you extend it, it's actually, oh wow. I read online that you can actually extend this. It's a lot more flexible when you extend it. So there's a tip for you. Extend this thing. Mate, I'm just going to cut it in half and be done with. Because we may have to use the other half on this side here, see how it goes. So guys, I'm going to be in and out of the shed all day. Not all day, this is not going to take all day. What have I got I can use to cut this? Okay. I know, I got just the tool. Let me go grab it. I'll be a couple of seconds. Alright. Let's see if this sucker will cut this. Let's just pick somewhere in the middle here. Oi! So guys, I just want to get this thing installed. It's been dragging on too long. You can see how this is stretchable. Well, that turned it into a relatively easy job, except I didn't cut that really straight. That is a shocker. That is a shocker. What have I done wrong? I didn't realise this conduit is like it's like a thread. I thought it was just perfectly straight. I followed the thread and unfortunately it caused this stupid cut. Geez guys, how do you cut these things properly? I've got to make sure I get it. Actually, it's not a problem. Look at the size of that. Yeah, no, that's not a problem. Let's just tidy it up a bit here. Perfect. Good morning, Mark. How you going? Right. That's good. And that will just slide straight over there. And that will slide over. Good. Okay. I have to go grab a... I think I'm going to have to go grab a small drill. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I just wonder if this will drill through that bit of metal without pre-drilling a small hole. Okay, let's go bring this inside. And bring all the tools that I need for this. Right, just go bring these inside the camper and I'll come and grab you next. I should have put some knee pads on because I'm going to have to get on my knees. Look at that, the sun is out now, but I can see rain, dark rain clouds. I thought this rain wasn't coming until next week. I'll put you down here so you can have a good look and see what I'm doing. There we go. This out of plastic, you can see the diesel heater there. This one's a little bit loose, this plastic. I hope it's not going to cause any vibrations. Well, I reckon that's a good spot right there. Okay. Alright, and if you can see this overall, can you see that? I reckon that's perfect. Okay, so in about here, approximately, actually I want to They're almost gone a bit shorter. Okay, anywhere in this vicinity, let's see if we can drill this hole where we can. Wow, bit blunt. Oh, this is hard on my knees. What we could do is using some cutting compound, but it's not looking like it's getting very hot. I'll tell you what, I will use some cutting compound. I'll just go and grab a spray and I'll be back. Wow, you should see some of those rain clouds coming in. Oh, it's going to piss down. I thought this rain wasn't coming till Tuesday. Phew. Just very steady. Just take your time. Actually, let me put the cover back on that output. And move this so we don't get those shavings inside. Oh, she's starting to smoke a bit. Ah, bugger. This thing just unwound itself. It's probably, oh no, it's not, no, it's not hot. Okay. Wow, that's pretty thick. It's a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. Oh boy. Whew. Oh, I need a... to get the vacuum cleaner in here. Tell you what, that was a nice clean cut. So, there we are. Oh, oh geez. Oh, now I've got all these freaking metal shavings all over me pillow now. Hang on, let me go outside, shake this pillow off. Hey, it's starting to rain. I'll be back shortly, guys. I just went and grabbed my knee pads. Okay, I hope you're admiring the nice hole there. You're probably bored of that scene by now. There we go. Let's go put some knee pads on. It might be... Oh, there still might be a couple more, 3 more holes I might have to drill. I do have a grommet there. There is a grommet down there where I can run the power lead through to the battery. But I'm going to need to drill probably 2 more holes to run the lead, the power lead, for the LCD screen. If you remember yesterday's live video, I found a good spot to mount that. Just to save my knees. I'm gonna put some gel knee pads. Had these for years and I've rarely used them and I don't know why. It's about time I have to use them. They've been missing for years. There we go. Oh, that's going to be so much better on my knees. Okay. So here's the ducting. I have a feeling I could probably still shorten this. So let's see how we go. So we've got to grab... That was just my screwdriver. We've got to grab one of these. It fits. It fits that hole. I'm probably going to need to mount this in place next. It's pissing down rain, guys, and it's blowing sideways too. So, luckily all we've got left is just work to do indoors. So, I'm just deciding where do I put my screwdriver. Oh, that's right, that's that one that fell down there before. Is there any comments? Wow, that just barely fits. That's as loose as possible. Is that going to fit over there? I found one little error that the supplied bolts that came with the muffler kit. So when you get the inside your package with the muffler, there's a hang on, you're getting a bit of, I don't know where that, where's that? Oh, that's outside. That's out the door. I'm not going to close the door. I found one error. You guys, if you're watching the AU Focus so far, that I've had to modify. Very, very minor. Inside the muffler, the bag with the muffler, it's got the bracket to mount the muffler. And then in the, I can't remember if it's the air kit or the muffler kit, the supplied little bolts, nuts and bolts that's supplied to mount the bracket, to bolt the bracket onto the muffler so you can mount it underneath your, whatever you're installing your diesel heater to. The holes on the muffler and the bracket are too small. Just! So you couldn't get the bolt through. And I went through the packet and they're the only bolts. Okay, they're the only bolts. Alright, and now, you know, they were in that part, the kit for the air supply, the muffler and so on. So all I had to do was just grab me drill and just drill that hole out just a smidgen, a little bit bigger. And that rectified the issue. So that's something to be aware of. It's the only thing I've found. So, but I'll tell you what, if that's the only thing out of this whole kit, that's friggin' awesome. That is awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Cannot complain about that. Alright. Let's go and see. Let's go and move this over here. Jeez, I've got some cleaning up to do in here. The floor is a mess. It's so filthy. It should be a lot easier. Oh, that is so much better on my knees, guys. Why did I wait until I almost finished the install before I use, well, to be honest, these knee pads have been missing for a very long time. You can't see it much there, can you? Let me sort out some room here. Perfect view. I might as well mount this in place. Let me see if I can. Oh, that's not easy to slide over there. Tight fit. Everything is very tight. Everything's got a very tight fit. There we go. Let's tighten this up. It's just plastic, so I'm not gonna put this too tight. Probably easier if I used a spanner to do that. Look how loose that plastic cover is. All right. Oh yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Made to fit. Perfect. All I got to do now is mount this in place. So we know that's going to work. So this thing here, I need to mount that in place. So that's good. Oh, this is so much easier on my knees. Oh man. Oh, it feels like I'm not even leaning on anything. So, okay. I think I've got some self-tapping little screws self-drilling small sheet metal screws. Instead of pre-drilling holes, making more mess using those screws that's supplied with it that are not self-drilling. Hang on, let me move you over here. No, they're not. They are very small though. I think I don't know actually if they're self-drilling. You know, probably going to be just quicker just to drill the hole to mount that in. I don't know. Let's go have a look in the shed and see what I can find. We just had a huge downpour of rain. No water pooling, nah. Oh, probably is just a bit here. I just need to tighten that up. It's all right. Where does the messages come up? Yeah, Susie. Yeah, good point. Will be interesting to see how loud that is. Well, to tell you the truth, Susie, I don't know what's loud and what's not loud. As I've mentioned many times, unless I've never heard them, I've never seen a diesel heater. This is the first time I've seen a diesel heater in person. I've never seen one run. So it may not look like it, but this is totally all new to me. But I am a handyman. Farmer. When you're a farmer, you gotta have many qualifications. What we come to look for? Screws. That's right. Now my garage, it looks like there's World War III's been through here. I'm in the process of cleaning this garage out, so I've got shit everywhere here and I don't know what's what. So it's the next job I'm going to do after I finish. I need to make room so I can fit my camper trailer back in the garage. If I've got that much junk in here, I need to go through and get rid of what I don't need and dump the rubbish and sell what I don't need. I've got far too much stuff in here. So that's the next job I'm going to do after I complete this today. I'm sure I had a box of some smaller screws in here. Sorry you have to join me with this. I mean, when I edit this video, it might be quicker if I just go and... where are they? I'm sure, Terry, you're watching this. You can vouch. You're probably not surprised I can't find anything. You've seen what my garage is like. Oh, I know I do have them, but I don't know where they are. Oh well. We'll just go and pre-drill some holes and put those other screws in. So I'll go put you in a comfortable spot over here. And I'll go get my drill kit. I probably should have done that from the start. Would have been finished by now. Okay. There we go. That's a good view. Right, just going to go get me drill. Okay, you can probably notice the sun is out at the moment. This is a bit like your weather down south, those folks in Melbourne. But it's a constant nice cool temperature. It's very humid though, I can feel the humidity. So there you go, these drills are absolutely awesome. So they're the drills that are supplied in the installation kit that AU Focus sells. How awesome is that? Okay, I've got a pen here to mark where the hole's got to go. Oh, these knee pads. What a lifesaver. Just to make sure this is going to work, I'll put that there. Oh, that's a stuff up. I forgot to put the other clamp on. Did anyone pick that? Geez, you know, all I've got left to do after this is just to connect the power. And the LCD. Far out. Geez, the time's almost come. Far out, about time. I've been working on this for quite a while. I've had things turn up. I had to take breaks. Oh shit. That hole's right on the edge. Well, it seems to be a little bit small. Try to get it centralized. It's better. Oh, how do I know which holes I've got to drill now? I think it's that one, that one, that one. Yeah. Okay. Right, let me get the screw out. See what size screw we need. Oh, let me get off my knees. It's a bit hard on me back. I would have much preferred if I had self-drilling screws. It would have been a lot easier. But hey, it's the way it is. What size screw? Oh gosh. That'll be right. The size of drill bit that I need is the one that I don't have in the kit. See if a 2.5mm will work. I think the 3.5 will be too big. 3mm probably would have been perfect. At 2.5 I might be able to squeeze in there. I don't know what happened to the 3mm drill bit. It's just not in my kit. Some reason. Why is my drill not coming on? Whoops, backwards. Whoops, moving a bit. Oh dear. I might have to use a punch. Yeah, no, that's not gonna. Alright. This is. Oh, it's so much easier if I had self-drilling drills. I'm gonna have to go get a center punch. Interesting, when I drilled that hole out before, this has taken longer than it should. The whole thing's been taking longer than it should. It's been a pretty big project. I think what's made it a bigger project is actually filming. Oi. Oi. What's going on with you? I don't know if those holes are big enough. Let's see if the screw... Where's the screwdriver? Oh, I think I might be able to squeeze that in. No way, man. No way. No way that's going to drill in. Oh. I don't have to chance the 3mm. I think the 3mm should be okay. Doesn't need to be tight. Let me, I'm just going to change the drill bits. Why have they not supplied self-tapping screws? Nearly the whole kit, I've noticed they've had a choice of wood screws or self-tapping screws for every part except for this part. So they missed something here. Let's hope that hole's not too big now. I just want to check one first before I... Yeah, no, that's fine. Woohoo! Woohoo! Just going to connect this in now. fits like a glove. Oh, my back. Oh, that is, I don't know why. Oh, I feel that in my lower back. I've got to stand up and do this. Hang on, let me move the camera so you can watch what I'm doing. I'm going to go grab a spanner and do them up because that's impossible to do up with the screwdriver. I had to go get the keys for the car and get this spanner that's there in the car. Hopefully this is the right size after all that. Ah, bugger. Ah, that's smaller than I thought it was. Shit. And this screwdriver don't fit properly. Oh, hang on, it's starting to go. Just got to push it really hard. There we go. Right, just go fit this cover over the top here now. There we go. Have a gander at this. That looks alright, doesn't it? So there's all the wiring harness, all pre-made. There we go. Awesome. And there's the output right there. So I got it faced in such a way that the vents are pushing up this way towards me. So if need be, if it needs an intake, it'll go over there. I'll see how she goes without the intake. I don't think I'd need it. But that's good. Right, all we got left to do now is I just need to connect the connect the power. I don't think I need you to join me to do that. I don't want any distraction. I just want to concentrate on that. And then I've got to prime it. So let me go get the manual and see what steps we're up to. Oh, I tell you what, getting in and out of this camper is a lot easier than climbing up and down a ladder. It's very humid. The sun is out now and it's just hit with humidity. It's humidity just sucks the life out of you, sucks the energy out of you. So how cool is that? I've got a hot water system on tap and I've got a heater here, and all I've got to do is just push a button, flick a switch, and I've got hot water, push a button and I've got a heater. I don't have any of the mucking around, the fiddling around that you got with those regular hot water systems, you know, your Jukas and all that. I mean, mind you, there's nothing wrong with them, they're fine. But it's a lot of fiddling around with them. Lots of stuffing around. And as I get older, I don't want to be fiddling around with stuff anymore. I've spent my whole life fiddling with stuff. So I don't want to do it anymore. I just want things to be as easy as possible. I don't want camping to be a chore. I've gone through all that. You younger folks can do all that. Do you need to be licensed to install it? Why would you need to be licensed? No way. You don't need a license to install a diesel heater. There's no gas. If there was gas involved, 100% you need a licensed gas installer to install your gas heater. But this runs on diesel and it runs on 12 volt or 24 volt. So you don't need a license to install 12 volt. You don't need a license to install 24 volt. Now if this was a 240 volt and you had to wire in the plugs at 240, yeah, needs to be done licensed. But no, 100% you do not need a license to install a diesel heater, because there are thousands out there worldwide that are installing these themselves. Okay, honestly, if you've got a little bit of, if you can understand a simple manual, well, simple if you go with AU Focus, but if you go with the cheapest of diesels, try to decipher that manual. And plus, very vague, the manuals. They skip out a lot of steps. So you kind of got to understand electronics a little bit. But I know there's quite a few out there that, I mean, hey, if you got the money to blow and you find someone who's experienced enough, sure, it's a lot easier. All you do is sit back and let someone else do it. Same as the last time I got my car serviced. I actually, for the first time in a very, very, very long time, probably in 5 years, yeah, it would be about 4 or 5 years, that I've actually taken my car, my Pajero, uptown to get serviced. what normally costs me in parts and that, such as mainly oil filter. I usually always buy them when they're on sale. I usually wait till they come up on the half price and then I buy the oil. So $100, $120, give or take, is usually what it costs me to do a basic service. So I had a basic service done uptown. They just changed the oil filter, run over the vehicle, check all the coolant levels, everything, and $350. Thank you very much. 1 hour. That's all they took. 1 hour. And I'll tell you what, that was friggin' easy. That was easy. That was easy. I just sat there, twiddly-do, on my phone, and they called me up and said, your service is done. Wow. Can it actually be that easy? So, yeah. So that was the first time. But $350, it's just crazy, guys. It's just crazy. It's ridiculous. I myself, I don't know about you guys, I myself can't afford to be paying that on a regular basis. Well, to me, it's a waste of money. To me, it's a waste of money. Because I got the knowledge, I brought up on a farm. Ever since I was 5-6 years old, I've been taught how to work with diesel engines, just taught how to change oils on big tractors and trucks, and learn how to drive them, learned lots of various different maintenance and all that. So ever since then, I've always done all the maintenance on vehicles myself. And I've saved a lot of money over the years. But I'm getting older. It's not easy now. My body's starting to catch up with me. It's very difficult to do those things now. So it's got to the point where I'm going to have to let some of these younger folks do some of this work for me. But it's a bit difficult when they charge the prices they do. Diesel heater installation manual. Step-by-step instructions. With photos. So that's what you get with these. I saw messages pop up. I'm not reading messages yet. I'll go through and read some messages. So please be kind out there, folks. I don't think there's anyone moderating the chat. So be kind to each other. Just in case. I'll go through and check the chats later. But this live feed is going to be cut off later. Alright? And I'm going to find somehow to download it off this live feed YouTube so I can edit it into a video. So step 18 is completed. We're now up to step 19. If you want to have a look, you are welcome at any stage. Can you see that? You're welcome at any stage to pause this and have a gander at that. And it's in plain English. It's not deciphered Chinese. Right. Make sure that the rear intake of the main unit can receive air from the main cabin. If required, place the other provided vent to the rear of the unit away from the warm air vent. Repeat in the process in step 18. Note, to do this, you will need to unscrew the lid on the rear of the unit. Alternatively, use a hole saw and simply create a vent to the main cabin area close to the rear of the unit as per the image below. And honestly, it's probably what I'll end up doing, is I'll just create, if need be, well, there's a huge vent right up at the far end over there. Okay? So I don't think I'm going to need to have an additional vent. I'm going to see how it runs, but hey, how am I to know? That's the question. How am I to know if it is affected by not having a vent there? I can always drill another hole there with that saw. I hope not. I can always drill another one there and just pop that there, and that'll be the vent. So it'll suck air in through there. That's probably not a bad idea, but we won't do that right now. I can do that later if I need to. I just want to get this thing, trying to get this thing running today. So step 20, attach the LCD panel to the wiring harness and then mount the LCD panel securely. Note that there is a 2.5 meters of cable for the LCD panel. Note the LCD screen has a temperature sensor to ensure that it is not positioned in front or directly opposite the warm air vent, obviously. Okay, so let me grab this wiring harness and I'm gonna have to get some cable tie clips. Alright, just let me go grab some snippers to cut that cable tie. I don't think I'm going to film me actually connecting the wires. The wires are already connected. It's just a matter of me drilling some more holes, whacking a grommet in. I'm probably going to have to go uptown to Bunnings, do a trip to Bunnings and go get some grommets. So it protects the wires. And I'm going to have to do, I'd say there's probably 1, 2, 3. There's probably 3 more holes I've got to drill here. So no point doing that on camera. You only just get bored watching that. So I'll do a video on later. Let me grab this. So I'm presuming this is the cable for the monitor. Oh, it's good. It's only got a little plug on the end. I was hoping it got a little plug on the end so it'll go through a smallish hole. So, and it's already, as you can see, good quality conduit. And it's not that split one either. Very good. 2.5 meters length. And I don't believe it's advisable to cut it or extend it. I think I read somewhere can affect the operation of the unit. So it has to stay this length. So what I'm going to do, I need to drill 2 holes to run this. Yeah. That'll be the perfect spot for it. Yeah. I'm gonna do that, but what I might do is before I route this cable, I'm gonna connect it all up and start her up. Make sure she still works. and get it firing. But in order to do that, let me see if it explains. No, it doesn't. You got to prime it. I'm a bit worried about that. Now, watching YouTube videos, when it comes to priming, keynote, exhaust. Okay, it's got some keynotes in here. Exhaust and fresh air pipe should be as short as possible. The reason is that motor has little power and the fan inside heater body is very small to suck fresh air through fresh air intake pipe and blow the exhaust air out through the exhaust pipe. Long pipes are easy to produce carbon on the chamber. Let the pipes as straight as possible as we can. Okay, so it's obvious that's been deciphered from China. So this one obviously has been written here in Australia. Alright, this one's definitely written in Australia. This is the diesel heater instructions that's been decoded from Chinese. Let me read some more, it's quite funny. I strongly suggest you connect the harness. Yeah. I strongly suggest you connect the harness to test before you fix the diesel heater on the floor. You can cut the hole on the floor but not screw and seal. Whether the diesel heater can work normally, the reasons are as below. Some customers likes to cut LCD controller signal cable that will change resistance. Then current will change. Faulty code will come out sometimes. So there you go. So don't, whatever you do not cut this cable. You're going to be up shit creek. It'll be a shit show. So don't cut that. Generally, we cut a hole for placing the diesel heater. We should be 100% on the diesel heater can work as what it should be before we seal, screw, and every kit is installed. Diesel heater has potential damage risk during load and unload by courier guy. Installing the stopper closely to fuel tank in case diesel can go into diesel heater. If the pump's performance is not good as we suppose, another requirement is that it is right and safe and we maintain or change the fuel filter or fuel pump in future. The stopper can block diesel from tank. I just use a fuel cock. That's what they use, those fuel cock, just to turn the fuel off. I think that's what they're saying there. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Don't you love Chinese language when it's converted to English? Do I need to read more? It is sure that much or a lot of carbon on chamber after we use diesel heater for a long time. I suggest we use kerosene as diesel used directly Bunnings stock to get rid of carbon. Set the max output and keep 1.5 to 1 hour. Remove the exhaust pipe at the same time, then you can take out the chamber and hit it on the ground some carbon will drop from top inside before or after use kerosene. Okay, now it's interesting because I've been doing a bit of research. As you know, I always do the research beforehand, and I've done some research, guys, and some folks out there, they mix kero with the diesel, and apparently it stops all the soot build-up. So I don't know if you've got any experience in that. Maybe better if you comment about it, or you could comment here, but in the future people are not going to be able to read the comments that's on here. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I want to know what your take is on running kero with diesel, because I want to take all possibilities to eliminate soot. Okay, now there's various ways of doing this. One way is to run your diesel heater at maximum. So they say if you run it at maximum all the time, you're not going to build up soot. But the problem is, at maximum, even if you're using a 2 kilowatt unit, you're going to fry. You're going to cook yourself inside your camper. Now, that's probably in some ways an advantage going with the 2 kilowatt, because you're going to be running it harder than you will with, say, a 5 kilowatt, particularly if you only got a small space. All right? Or you've got a caravan that's well insulated. I probably wouldn't run a 5 kilowatt, because you'll find you're going to have to run it on low all the time, and that's going to potentially really do build up the carbon really bad, and it'll come to a stage one day where you're going to have to pull it apart. Pretty simple to pull apart. I saw videos on how to do it. You even get a spare gasket kit with the AU Focus, and it's probably won't hurt to buy another spare kit at some stage. I think they're pretty cheap. So yeah. Or another thing which I have read about, and it's interesting, it actually even mentions it in here. You see, mix some kero with the diesel. Or another thing is, very interesting one. Apparently, I don't know if you can do it with this LCD screen. Apparently you can go deep diving into the settings on the LCD screen, and you can change how much fuel, how much diesel, and the cycle rate, the diesel that's pumped into the heater. Okay? And there's other things you can change as well. So you can set it to run a little bit leaner, because I think by default these things run fairly rich, what I understand. So you can set it to run a bit leaner. And there are guys out there, I've seen videos out there, and I've read reports that these guys that do this, they run their diesel heaters on low nearly all the time, and they'll come back a year or 2 years later, pull the diesel heater apart, and it's smooth clean. Not 1 ounce of soot in it, even though they're running really low. So it'd be very interesting. I want to contact the folks at AU Focus to see what they do, if they've taken any measures, and if they've actually modified the units that they get in so they run a little bit leaner, so they don't soot up as much. It'd be really interesting. I think that would be a good thing to do with the 5 kilowatt units in particular. Now, as you know, I went for the 5 kilowatt unit because I got a lot of canvas here, and this is quite big. This is a very big camper trailer. And also, I'd like to, because I've got the opportunity to fully enclose that main annex outside, but you can see the roof of, the walls including the floor, and I've got the skirt on the side. I can open this up behind me. It just rolls up, so it's open out to there. And that would be awesome to have some of that. I reckon that warm air will go in that area as well. So I can sit there with the tally and watch TV, watch the footy, cricket, whatever, tennis. The Olympics, it's coming up soon. So you're not confined in here, although honestly, there's plenty of room in here. There's this huge lounge chair over here I'm sitting on, and there's a huge one over on that side with the backrest. Well, obviously I can't use that one right now because we're working on this diesel heater. So yeah, that's going to be really interesting. I'm going to look further into that, and I'm going to contact AU Focus and find out if they've taken any measures to reduce the soot. Does the LCD monitor have the ability to deep dive in there and change these settings to make it run a little bit leaner? Because to be honest, guys, I have a feeling that I probably won't be running mine on full power very often. Because I heard these things are very efficient. These things that blow a lot of hot air, even the 2 kilowatts ones. The 2 kilowatt probably would have done the job in here. But I'll tell you the reason. And another thing too. Whether you buy the 2 kilowatt or whether you buy the 5 kilowatt, they're all adjustable from about 1 kilowatt up to their maximum. So whether I get the 1 kilowatt when it runs on low, it's going to be, from what I understand, the 5 kilowatt also run on 1 kilowatt. You would think they're both going to produce the same heat output. That's my theory. So that's another reason I went for it. Now the 2 kilowatt, the MZ version, does have a big advantage with its thermostatically controlled. I think it's better system. I think the LCD screens looks really awesome, looks better, and possibly easier to use. Although this one's only just got push buttons. So I'll show you all about that, how that operates. But keeping in mind, I've never used one of these before. So now here's another point. Every diesel heater has its self-process. Guys, I'm just reading this, okay? This is Deciphered Chinese out of 2 of their books. There's 3 books. You should see. Hang on. Diesel heater. Ah, no. I would have thought I was reading the diesel heater. Sorry, guys. I thought I was reading the diesel heater user manual. Okay. So this is a Chinese manual deciphered. Okay. Diesel heater instruction. Alright. This actually does delves into more of the schematics, etc. in this manual. But a lot of it has been deciphered from China, as you see there. Alright, so handy manual to have if you need to pull it apart and do some maintenance. There's a bit of a diagram of how this is installed. Alright, that's included. These are the 2 books that I read in Australian. Okay, I thought diesel heater user manual. I thought I grabbed that one. This is the one I was supposed to grab, but still that was quite interesting. Because this one here, I was wondering why I wasn't reaching up to the point where it talks about priming. Okay, where does it say? Because you got to prime this, and you got to be careful when you prime it, which I'm probably going to be doing this afternoon. Because if you over prime it, you're going to flood it, and you're going to have shitloads of white smoke. Now that's not going to make any difference in my backyard, because quite often there always is a shitload of white smoke, because when I'm smoking, cooking my meals. So neighbours will probably think it's just normal. Oh, Phil's out cooking again. Okay. I know I read instructions in here somewhere how to prime it. Where is it? That's a user manual. Alright, this might be a different video. This will be a video on its own maybe. I don't know. I don't think I'll film the priming. It must be in this one here. I read somewhere about, or maybe it's not in the book. Sorry guys, I can't find it now. I don't know where it is. There is something in here about priming. Installation guidelines. So there's installation guidelines here. Where's priming? Where's priming? I wanted to talk about priming. Starting up, shutdown notice, maintenance, repair, how to use voice LCD, remote control matching, release the power that allows you to pair the remote pump oil, run mode declaration. Okay, it must have been just I'd say it's in a YouTube video. Alright, that's interesting. Okay. I thought I read in the manual, but I don't know where I got it. I got it some information somewhere that when you prime this, what happens is that when you turn it on, the unit only stays on for so long, and if it doesn't detect any diesel to the unit, then it comes up with an error code which says it's hence, no diesel. Basically, out of fuel, kaput. You're not going anywhere. When you run out of fuel, you're stuck. Wherever you are, you're stuck. Okay? So, similar things. So then it doesn't work. It'll stop. Then you got to switch it back off. Switch it back on. Does the same thing. So apparently when you prime it, you got to keep doing that. You switch it on, off, until she fires up. But I read somewhere that they recommend when you first time you prime it is to, now with this unit, it comes with the remote. Apparently you can set a mode where it just turns on the pump itself and doesn't attempt to turn the diesel heater on. So you use that by remote, which is a handy feature because then you can crawl under the unit. They say the best way to prime these without flooding them and having that big billowing white smoke everywhere, and you got to run it on full power till it burns all that excess diesel out inside your diesel heater, which can take quite some time because these things are really efficient. If I can help it, I want to avoid that. So what you do is you press the button, beep, beep, and you watch, and you lay underneath, and then you watch the fuel go through, and they reckon when the diesel gets to about within 10 centimeters away from the diesel, you stop, and then you take it off that mode, and you put it on normal start, you hit the start, bang, she fires up. Then, as long as you make sure you never run out of diesel with it, you'll never have to do that again. Well, that's going to be impossible to do, because if you watched yesterday's video that I filmed yesterday live, which I'm going to edit, I'm in the process of editing it and upload it to edit video. That's why you don't see that live video right now, because it went on for an hour and a half. So I want to just shorten it down to something about, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes or whatever, maybe half an hour the most. So, yeah, so it's covered in conduit, and they did and I did a very good job in covering in conduit. So there is no sections of that of that pipe that is viewable. So in my case, I reckon what I might do is I don't think I'm going to set it to that mode. I'm going to do a little bit more digging here and read the manual. I think I'm just going to turn it on and off until she fires up. Just try that. But, like I said, No rush. It's taken me this long. Who knows? It may come to the stage I won't even fire this up today. I'm not going to fire it up until I know what I'm doing. Alright? Until 100% I know what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do now is we'll cut this video short here shortly. Tongue twister. And I'm going to connect the power, drill a few more holes, get that done. And then I'm going to start doing some research. It's probably nearly lunchtime now. I've got no idea what time it is. And then I'm going to start doing some research, read some bit more in these manuals, and have a look at some YouTube videos and understand the exact, the best way to prime these without flooding that diesel and have to wait a long time for the white smoke to go away. So I'm going to work on that, and I'll let you know. Once it's all primed, it's all going, then I'll do a video on that and tell you how the experience is. And guys, I'll have a camera and I'll film parts of it, so it'll be edited into a video. And then yeah, and then we'll have a video of it all working. I'll wait for it got a cold night, and fire it up and see what sort of action, see what she's like, see how she runs, see how that thermostatic control runs. But the first thing that I'm really keen to see, as long as it turns on, as long as I get power, mate, once I see that, I'll be relieved. And probably that's what I'm going to do. As soon as I connect the power on it, I'm going to switch that LCD screen on and make sure it turns on. And then switch it off straight away, and then finalize, knead up everything, give it a good clean in here, and prime it, get it going, run the tests and that, and then that's it. Good clean here, pack this away, all done, completed, finished, finito, zip, nothing. I don't think there's anything else left. You might be wondering, it is blowing a gale outside. It is very windy, so this is holding up really well. And it will, because actually, I've got these poles loose. I've loosened these down and dropped them down a bit, so I can open this up fully, all the way open. I'm going to modify that board there so that I don't have to do this. So it's a bit loose at the moment. But it needs to be extended out about 1/2 foot, so that's why it's blown a bit here. Otherwise, this thing, you hardly hear any noise when it's windy. So yeah, I'm sure I read in here about priming in here. I'm sure I read something about priming. All right, let me grab my phone. Let me quickly go through any comments, any questions, and then we'll call it at that. We've been on 96 minutes already. Gotta go, catch you later. Good luck with it, Phil. Take your time, mate. That's what I'm doing, Mark. I'm going to take me time. More manuals than Buck episodes on generators. So true. It was funny. By Tim. Oh, sweet. Good to see. So let me go right back to the beginning. Oh, wow. There's a lot of comments. Good morning, Phil. I saw that. Morning, Phil. Morning, Phil. Hope you're well and your mum is too. See you camping soon. I can't wait, Steve, if you're still on. Can't wait till we go camping again. Yeah, I'm fine, Steve. I'm 100% fine. Very happy, as you can see. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Phil. Do you have any leaks in your camper? I do not. Actually, I tell a lie. Right above me here, on the seam, the water just moistures through. So I've got a candle wax and run the candle wax along the seam. That's eliminated that. So just the seam somewhere right here. That's the only spot that I had water come through. And like I said, it was only just damp down the wall here. You can see where it's damp. So that's it. So that's cool. Pretty happy with that. Morning, Phil. Morning, everyone. Good morning, Mark. 4 degrees down here in southern Victoria. Wow. It's a nice 20 or so degrees here. But pretty cold, stiff breeze blowing through, but it's really nice, but extremely humid. I think it's something like 100% humidity. I'd be too nervous to drill holes in my camper. Wait till you got to drill the 105mm hole right through the floor to the bottom. You can talk about nervous. Oh, that was nerve-wracking. I could see it coming a bit loose, Phil. Don't that myself. Don't that myself. Yes, it was Freddy Boots. It was metal that I was drilling into. Oops, I lost the comments. Where'd the comments go? You're worried about the bit hitting his eyes. Inox. Are you sponsored by Inox, Phil? No. I wish I was. They're expensive, Inox. You know, guys, it's very rare I ever use that stuff. I got a lot of mates and say, oh, mate, you should go around and spray everything, nuts and bolts and everything. So I didn't even do it one day. He grabbed an Inox spray can and we walked around this and sprayed every nut and bolt practically you could see. Except inside. I said, no, you're not spraying anything inside here. Looks like a glory hole. It's a little bit low. You guys are so funny. Hey, they're your gardening knee guards, Phil. I don't know what they are. I've bought these knee guards a very, very long time, and most of the time they spent their life being lost. And I saw them one day and I put them somewhere and I forgot where I put them, and they spent another 4 or 5 years in that hidden spot. True story, guys. And I found it the other day and I thought, well, I'm going to use them. They'll be a lot easier on my knees, and boy, are they. Morning, be interested to see how loud that is or if it has a ticking note. Yeah, I did see that video. Yes, it will be. Word is that this AU Focus has been updated to one of the quietest pumps that you can get. So I don't believe there's any ticking noises on it. But hey, we're going to find out. I can't wait. Unlikely for you guys to probably have to wait another day or two. Hopefully for me, later this afternoon I'll find out, or tomorrow. Everyone's saying hello. Ours is a nice hum. You can hear it, but not loud. Hey, hello, Luke. Yeah. G'day, Phil and Mum. Mum's good. She's sitting in the house watching TV. Just picked up a 200 amp hour lithium battery for new rig. Sweet. Nice. Hi, Luke. Where are you? What do you mean? Townsville. Really? Are you in Queensland? You didn't tell me you were coming up here. What are you doing up here so quick? If you get a chance, Luke, come drop around and visit. I wouldn't mind going camping with you somewhere locally here if we get a chance to. So keep in contact. You trackside in Townsville. Oh, of course, the isn't there the V8 cars on? Let's see, I hope the rain holds off for the races, Luke. Kingsbed Boy, their batteries. Got a King's Bad Boy. Their batteries have never let me down. Yeah, no, those King's batteries seems to be pretty good. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Jared T. Geez, there could be no one comment that'd be further from the truth. All good projects need about 5 trips to Bunnings. Then you find the hardware in the shed after the project is done. Oh my gosh. Mate, it's more than 5 trips for me. It's more than 5 trips. I can't friggin' believe I'm going to have to do another trip this afternoon because I've got to get some double-sided Velcro and I've got to get some rubber grommets for the cabling. You know, friggin', oh, ridiculous. What team do you support? I support Dick Johnson team, legend. Dickie Johnson, yeah, he's a character. Oh, Dickie Johnson. Boy, I got some stories to tell you about Dickie Johnson. My next door neighbours used to be good buddies with Dickie Johnson. And I had a 1977 Range Rover, and then this old next door neighbour used to be one of the mechanics. I kid you not, guys. He used to be one of the mechanics for the Formula One racing teams that works on their engines back in the 1970s, 75, 77. And he personally knows Dickie Johnson. And I said, great, this guy taught me how to tune the engines on my vehicles. And he used to teach me how to tune my Range Rover, the V8 Range Rover, just by, let me put this somewhere comfortable, just by the listening with your ears, just listening to the note. You go behind the vehicle, the Range Rover, and you listen to you can find this distinct note. So I had all the timing tools and everything, and I had the, it had twin Strombergs, basic points on it, very basic car. That's what I love about it. There was nothing there that really could go wrong. Absolutely awesome four drive, that 1977 Range Rover, by far the best four drive I've ever owned. Absolutely shits over anything that I've owned. The most comfortable thing to drive. It had no air conditioning. It was noisy. Constantly leaking oil everywhere. That's just the way they are. That's what they do. They leak. So you always got a patch of oil everywhere. So that's the biggest things issue. Oh, and you got to constantly tune them all the time, particularly if you haven't got electronic ignition, like mine didn't have, and you haven't got decent carbs. I had the twin Stromberg carbs. They're brilliant carbs, but you got to tune it all the time. So you go by the books and it tells you to set a top, timing of this and that and that. And I used to always set it to that. And he came out one day and he said, Phil, that doesn't sound right. And he explained to me, back in the days, the timings that were given to you then, that they advised then, is not compatible with the fuel that you buy now. Because the fuel back then had a lot more lead and all this stuff and that. So the timing was different. And he says to run these engines more smooth now, and I can tell just by listening the tone coming out this muffler, that your vehicle is not, your V8 in the Range Rover is not optimally tuned. And I said, but I just tuned it. And he said, you got to listen with your ear, their tone. You haven't got that noise, like a proper V8 has got. Even though it's only a smaller V8, 3.5 litre V8 in it, he says you got to look at it. So I can't remember if we had to advance the timing by 2 or 3 degrees or decrease it. I can't remember. I think it was advance it. And he told me, and you listen, you could hear it, and it's straight away, you could notice it just purring when it's idling, just purring. And come out the back and listen to the muffler, and you could hear it, woo, 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 woo. And when you take off, you can hear it. It just sounded freaking awesome, mate. So, absolute gentleman, eh? It got to the point where I was to debate with him whether to sell it. When I bought it, you know, fuel prices were only like 65, 70 cents a litre. This thing goes through fuel like you wouldn't believe. Um, and debating whether to Rego started to build up. You know, it's starting to pay $800 a year for Rego because of the V8. And I said I wanted to get something that's run cheaper. Fuel was costing me a fortune. He said, oh, before you do it, you should just whack a diesel. There's these Isuzu diesels or something. He said you should do it. And he told me one day, I tell you what, Phil, I've got a good buddy. He used to drive these, and he had the same situation, and he whacked a particular diesel in it and made a world of difference. And he says, I'm going to ring him up and see if he'll talk to you. And be buggered, it turned out it was Dick Johnson himself. So this is years ago when he was still racing and so on. So I actually got to speak to Dick Johnson. He says, oh, Phil, how you going? I said, well, are you Dick Johnson? He said, yeah, it was definitely him. I couldn't believe it, blew me away. So we sat down and had a good old yarn about the Range Rovers, because years ago when he first started, he used to tow his racing cars around in his V8, similar to what I had. Range Rover. So he used to drive from race to race with the racing car in the early days when he started racing inside the enclosed, you know. So just drove, and he knew a lot about him. So he gave me lots of tips and all that. And I kept that vehicle for many years after that. It was always the plan to take the V8 out and put a diesel in, and why I didn't do it, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do it. So, but in hindsight, I wish I kept it, because those things are worth a fortune now. So there you go. It's a bit of a story there, and I got to meet Dick Johnson. So, because of my next door neighbour experience that he had, some of these old timers. You know, mechanics now, a lot of them now, you take the computers away and they don't know what to do. They're not like the old folks anymore. So let's go back to the comments. I enjoy these live feeds, I really do. We have this unit in our van. Pump is very quiet. Yeah, I've heard it's very quiet. So you got the AU Focus. Everyone that's got it, they all say how quiet they are. So I'm going to find out soon. You can always grab a coffee in Bunnings while checking the Bunnings app. I was a Brocky fanboy. Yep, cool. Yeah, me too. Always loved Brocky. Good to know, John. Advance. Water or condensation, Phil? Condensation. I wonder if it was condensation, Freddy Boots, that was building up over there. I don't think... If it was condensation, you'd think it'd be other areas. It's only here, so no, I think it was just leaking through the seams. Gotta go, catch you later. Good luck with it, Phil. Take your time. Alright, that's it. I've caught up. Okay. Advance. Mark Lavelle said it was advanced. Would have set it to advanced. Yeah, I think it was. So he's talking about the timing. Set it more advanced. And boy, it's used to purr. Geez, when I took off down the road, it used to sound like one of those hotted up V8s that was done up. It was $45,000, $50,000 motor. Far out. My mates used to be in awe of that thing. And they drive it in Fraser Island in 4 drive, and the thing was just purring. People sound a lot better than these V8s that nowadays, these diesel V8s and that. This thing sounded so much better. So it was very nice. Okay, I've got no idea what time it is, guys. I can imagine it must be lunchtime, because I'm starting to get a little bit peckish. So I want to cook up a hamburger, so I'm going to go cook up a hamburger, and then I'm going to come back here and start on this wiring and try to fire this up this afternoon or tomorrow. But I've got a little bit more research to do in regards to the priming. So thanks for joining, guys. It's been a great chat. So I'm going to leave now. I'll leave this one up for a while. I won't delete this one. I'll leave it up. Do you know the live feed that I did yesterday? Okay, look at this for a fact. Okay, when you do a live feed on YouTube, and when you end the live feed, it gives you the stats on how many is watching, the numbers. So including those that are not subscribed to my channel, and including those that don't even have a YouTube channel. Would you believe I had 1,100 people watching my live feed yesterday? Yet out of those 1,150 people, I mean, this figure, I don't give a shit about this, 40 were subscribed. So it showed up as 40. So it may show there's only 12 here, but who knows, there could be 1,000 people out there watching. So I had nearly 1,100 viewers watching my live feed yesterday. I was blown away, guys. Absolutely blown away. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I've got no idea how many's watching this now, but as soon as I end this, it'll tell me. Wow, I've never had that many views on a live feed. That was incredible. Why? I got no idea. That just blew me away. So there you go. 1,100 was watching. And out of those, it just only came up, the most numbers that it showed up on here was 40. Unbelievable. I know, Freddie Boots. It was a Friday afternoon. Unbelievable. 1,100. I can prove it to you. I can show you the screenshots. I can go on my YouTube studio stats, and it even shows you the amount of views on that hour, on that time. So it breaks down per hour on a daily figure as well. Oh, I nearly fell over. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. How awesome is that? So, yeah. And I love doing these live videos. So, yeah. Okay. That's incredible, guys. That is amazing. So thanks for that. I'm going to hit the close button here now and see how many people I've had watching this. So, time to go. See you next time. Thanks for joining. We are almost at the end. I'm probably going to be firing this up this afternoon. Who knows? After I've primed it, first fire, I reckon it might be worthy to go do another live video and show you. I'd love to, because you folks have joined me all this way. I think it'd be awesome if you watch the same time I fire this thing up. How awesome that would be, eh? Might do that later today or tomorrow. Let me do some research. I want to know exactly what I'm doing before I start pushing buttons. So, and I've got to do a trip to Bunnings again. At least this time I haven't had to do nowhere near as many trips to Bunnings. Actually, it's probably only, I don't think I've had to do any trips to Bunnings, because everything that was included in that AU Focus kit that I needed, everything was there. So this will be a first. So maybe, guys, if you could add some grommets in your kit, so we don't have to do that one trip to Bunnings. That'd be awesome. All right, cheers. I'll catch you next time, eh? Bye. I gotta see where the X button is. Here we go. See yous.